Hello, church family, and to everybody watching online today, welcome to church. We are living in unusual times right now, and I have to say this is probably the most unusual thing that has ever happened in my experience in pastoral ministry, where today I'm preaching to an empty house, 2,100 empty seats here at Cornerstone, while you are all watching online. It feels a little bit like the rapture has happened and I've been left behind. But be that as it may, the coronavirus is here. It is dominating our news, and it is constantly on our minds, and it is now a public health issue. So in an effort to stem the potential transmission of the virus, and in order to keep our building free from any potential contamination, and in order to show our love for the flock and our community here, I made the decision, along with other area churches, to close our building temporarily until it is safer once again to come together in God's house and worship Him. Now, I will be honest with you, earlier in the week, I had thought that we would just press through this. We would just, trust God and carry on. And the reaction in social media was mixed. Half of the people were happy about that. Hebrews 10:25, let's not give up meeting together. Let's just trust the Lord. Let's just press on. The other half thought that we were reckless, thought that we weren't really very compassionate towards the community. And so it was a real split down the middle. And after consulting with some of my pastors on staff, and actually talking with some other area pastors, and praying about this, I made the decision to go ahead and temporarily close our church building for the health and well-being of people. And then the opinions flipped. The people who were happy were upset, and the people who were upset were now happy. So be that as it may, here's the bottom line for me. What most glorifies God in all of this? And as it concerns our church services here, I believe that God is glorified in our effort to show our flock and our community concern and compassion. And I believe that God is glorified in our cooperation with medical officials to help curb this disease by canceling services for now. But once this threat has been reduced, we will once again gather here in the house of the Lord. Frankly, we have never experienced something like this. This is new, at least in our lifetimes. And this is new for our church. How are we to deal with what is happening in our world? This one virus has not only affected the health and well-being of thousands of people around the world, but it has also impacted the financial markets. It has affected business and industry, major sporting events. Schools are closed. So this is something that is of an historic nature. We need to be praying. We need to be praying for our president. We need to be praying for our elected leaders. We need to be praying for the sick. We need to be praying for those who are most vulnerable to this disease. We need to be praying for our medical community, our doctors and nurses and physicians who are attending to all the sick. We need to be praying people. This is a time for the church to come together in prayer. The coronavirus will awaken people to their own mortality. And though God did not cause this disease, He will use it for His glory, because there will be open doors in the hearts of many people who are interested now in understanding what we know. And so that we need to be prepared as a church, as God's people, to give people the good news of Jesus Christ in a day in which they are probably more aware of their mortality than at any other time. I've entitled this teaching that you're watching online today, I've entitled this teaching, Infectious Faith.